Well, hello everybody. Grant and I are here because we just wanted to tell you about some things happening at Meepleville. Good things, right, Grant?
Absolutely.
We are moving back into more towards normalcy. We're not all their way there yet, but we are on our way there. So we just wanted to tell you how we'll be operating, the hours, and what you can look forward to at Meepleville starting January 8th. So our new hours will be Tuesday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 11 p.m., and then Saturday, noon to 11 p.m. Will be closed Sunday and Monday. Now, just so you know, yes, this schedule, these hours are a lot different than what you're used to. However, this is going to go just through at least June because we still want to see how we're coming out of this, right? How we're all doing, how the situation is. So those are going to be the current hours for now. Do you have anything to say about that, Grant?
Nope, just definitely erring on the side of caution here. So same thing, we're going to go into all our safety policies that we have implemented, just so everybody's clear on what we mean by keeping everybody safe.
Yep. Yeah, so just to be clear also, we are still, for those of you who have been into Meepleville, we are only at 50% capacity still. I'm not quite sure what the governor has said or if he's changed that. Are you aware, Grant?
I believe that was the last phase, was the 50%.
Okay, so we are still at 50%. So we had the limited seating. All of our seating is socially distanced, so it's all spread apart, and we are definitely sanitizing after each and every table. So we want everybody to be safe when you come into Meepleville. So here are the things that you need to do when you come in. Number one, please, everybody who comes into Meepleville, whether you're coming in just to buy a game, just to say hi, or hopefully spend the night playing games and eating some good food, please wear a mask. Now, just so you know, a mask, we are considering anything that appropriately covers your face. It could be a scarf, it could be a handkerchief. What do you call those things that you wear, Grant?
That was like a neck girder. It's like a full neck. That's what it's called. I do actually have normal mask now. I got some nice blue ones that I'll be wearing when I'm there.
Ooh, nice. Okay, yeah, or a neck girder like Grant likes to wear. So whatever appropriately covers your nose and mouth, you're more than welcome to wear. But please, that is going to be required to come into Meepleville.
We will also ask you to leave or deny entry if you are showing any visible signs of COVID-19. Visible signs still include coughing, if you look like you have a high fever, or if you have trouble breathing. These are just mandatory to make sure that if anybody does have any potential signs of infection, that they're not going to spread it around our staff or the people enjoying gaming at our place.
Yeah, but with that being said, Grant, let's monitor yourself, right?
Oh, 100%.
If you have any of these things, please don't come.
Yeah, the employees will be the first people. If we ever have a night where you show up and we're like, sorry, we are super limited on food because we don't have a cook, they're sick. If you're even a little sick, we're not going to be there.
That's correct.
We definitely have very limited staff right now, so that would be the potential only change in hours and or food services. If somebody does get sick, and if that happens, we will just have to deal with it appropriately.
Right, but the customers as well. Please, let's just all remember to take care of each other, be safe for each other. So if you have any of these symptoms at home before you go out, just please just don't go out, all right? Also, right at the front, when you walk in to your left on the second shelf there, we have a big bottle of sanitizer. So when you walk in, go ahead, sanitize your hands. All right. And just so you know, also right there, we have plastic gloves. So if you're just there for the retail and would like to look at puzzles or games or anything, go ahead, put on some gloves. Then feel free to go ahead and grab any games you want and look at games, take them off the shelf and stuff. But just make sure you sanitize those hands.
Yep. With the socially distanced tables, we currently have tables that will seat a maximum of 6 people per table. We are still going to try to enforce that your entire group must enter and or pay at the same time. So if you're waiting for like 1 or 2 people in your group to show up, if you could please wait outside. And no one's allowed to join a group at a table that is already in progress. We're really going to try to stick to no exceptions to this. The whole point is that a group is, if you're already cohabitating with somebody else or a group of people and you guys want to come play games at our place, great. But otherwise, we're just trying to stop that spread, potential cross-contamination type thing. So
Yeah, and also yes. So let's just explain that a little bit more, Grant, because everybody knows. Well, maybe you don't know if you haven't been to Meepleville, but our retail space is relatively small, right? We've got like it's kind of
Mhm.
split in half, and we just don't want like a lot of traffic or a lot of congregation or just a lot of different bodies coming through. That's why we would prefer that your one group comes in, goes all in together to your table and sits down to eliminate traffic.
Yep.
Yes. So once you get to your seat, that's where the fun begins. So you may remove your mask once you get to your seat. Because remember, the assumption is you either all cohabitate or you trust each other, your friends, relatives, whatever your situation is, that's up to you. But when you're sitting at your table, take your mask off, enjoy each other's company. However, please, whenever, whenever you leave your seat, please make sure to put your mask back on.
And as far as leaving your seat, we ask that you please try not to move between tables during your stay. Once you guys pick a place to play at, try to have that be your place to play at up until you are leaving for the day.
Right. And it's the same thing, not even maybe looking at a place to play, but going and visiting other people. Because you may see friends at another table. You can wave to them, say hi to them, but please don't
Mhm.
go and associate or, you know what I mean, mingle at other tables and stuff. Also, please, we have sanitizer stations all over the place. We have probably 4, 5, 6 different stations with hand sanitizer. So whenever you get up from your table, just go ahead and sanitize your hands because you don't know what you're going to touch, right?
And as far as touching stuff, you are more than welcome to still bring your own games in as play. As far as our library is concerned, we ask that you try to have a Meepleville employee get the game off the shelf for you. Again, we're just trying to limit the amount of people browsing through the games, touching the different games. As much of the contact that we can limit, the better off everyone will be. So if you know what game you're looking for, please ask us to go get it for you. Just flag us down. There always will be somebody walking around.
Yes. And also, when you come, it might be a good idea to come in with an agenda, come in with an idea of what you want to play. And you might want to call ahead of time also, because any games that are taken off the shelf and played will be quarantined or set aside for a minimum of 48 hours before another group can play them. So we don't want you to like take a game and say, oh, I don't like it, I'm not happy, let's grab another one. No, please, if you're going to grab a game, or I mean, if we're going to grab a game for you, please commit to playing that game so that way you play it and it's going to be out of commission. Just know that for another 48 hours.
And same thing, if you're looking for recommendations and stuff, feel free to call ahead, reach out ahead of time. The employees that work there, we know a lot of games. If you're looking for stuff to play, we'll let you know what's available, what plays at your group size. That's what we do. That's our job. So please ask us for that information ahead of time, and we'll be able to have stuff ready for you as soon as you get there.
Absolutely.
And as far as teaching the games, we are still going to personally be following social distancing guidelines on the employee side as well. So we're not really able to fully sit down at these tables and teach games like we used to. Obviously, we're still within talking distance through social distancing, so we can still kind of answer questions. But if a game is not directly in our wheelhouse, we might not be able to provide quite the same experience that we used to, but we will absolutely try to do as best we can with that.
Yeah, and trust us, it's frustrating, right? It's frustrating. We want to help you. We want to teach you games. We want to enhance your evening, but unfortunately, we're trying to maintain that.
The best part of my job, Ted, was getting to be able to sit down and just join in a quick party game, play a round or two, and I won't be able to do that myself. So yeah, I'm super bummed.
I know it is frustrating. So about our new pricing, just so you know, unfortunately, we have to raise prices a little bit. And again, hopefully this will just be a temporary change, but the daily rate will be $10 per person. And of course, that's a full day. Like you can come at noon on Saturday, pay $10, stay until midnight, the whole day. That's less than $1 an hour for $10 for some great fun. And we will also, starting June 8th, we'll be starting our memberships again. Our memberships will be $25 per month. They will be charged on the first of the month. And we will also make sure we prorate them. So already since we are in towards the month, all memberships will be prorated.
There was a handful of people that did buy into our 6-month or year membership packages back at the start of the year before all this happened. For all those people, we will extend all of those memberships by an extra 2 months to make up for the time that we're closed, If you have any other questions or concerns about that, please reach out to us personally.
Yes, absolutely. Another thing, unfortunately, it's going to be a very limited staff in the beginning, right? It's going to be Grant, myself, and Trung. So with that being said, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we are going to have a limited cafe. And when I say limited, I mean pretty limited. You're going to be able to get any of the prepackaged stuff, nibbables, of course, right, Grant?
Yeah.
And the drinks that are in the cooler. We will not be cooking any food, making pizzas, chicken bites, or anything like that, and no mixed drinks as far as smoothies or fraps either. And that's because there will probably most likely only be one person on staff those days because we're still trying to, move it in. However, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, there'll be a full cafe open. It will be limited hours, and we'll make sure we post them so you know, but all of our great treats and edibles will be available.
We do still encourage reservations. If you call or send us an email ahead of time, we can send you out an invoice and bill you to lock in that your reservation ahead of time. It's not required that you do that, but it definitely does guarantee you a spot on any given night since we do have limited seating. And even if you're not making a reservation, if you just call ahead just to make sure that there are tables available, ask what the current situation is and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we really look forward to having everybody again, and we really look forward to making Meepleville come to life again. And real quick before we go, just like to also just make a mention of what's going on in the world today, here in America, in the current situation. It's difficult. It's a difficult time going on right now, and I hope anybody who knows me, knows Grant, knows Trung, knows Meepleville, what we stand for, and how we operate, that we I can't think of the right word, Grant. We just, we are inclusive with everybody. We
Absolutely.
cherish everybody. We respect everybody. And of course, me being a 56-year-old Black man in America, of course, Black Lives Matter. And the situation that happened was horrible. When I look at that situation and I see that knee on that cop's neck, that man, George Floyd, looked like me. So it hits me very personally with this whole situation. And I'm so glad to see that so many people are coming out in support of this movement. It's been a long time coming, and we still have a long way to go. But we are in this together, just like with this COVID-19, right? We were in this together with this movement. We are in this together. So please, just be nice to everybody, respect everybody. And remember, we are all in this together. Thank you guys very much. And again, please come back and join us at Meepleville.